What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, back again with another statue unboxing and review, and we have the brand new Sideshow Captian America Premium Format by Martin Canali, Chutrek Brothers on design. And look at this art box. I don't think the graphic design team on Sideshow gets enough credit. I love this comic-inspired art box, this prominent image on the front, and then the subtle kind of light opacity, if you will, iconic panels from Captain America's past. Classic shield and logo on the back here as well. So love the art box. We got it out on the table, but now let's get the styrofoam box out on the floor and get into the unboxing. All right, guys, here we go. One layer, keeping it simple here. Let's take off the lid. We have the pieces here. They're wrapped in plastic. We'll go ahead and remove that, and we can see what we have inside. Let's go ahead and remove the base. Nice little footprint on the base. You can see this is number 639 out of 3,500 for the edition size. Just one version, no exclusive. You can see the rubble and the destroyed Hydra weapon here. Love the green tank-like paint and appearance. And you can see the outline of the ricochets that we'll see later. Here we have like this destroyed tank turret with the yellow and black caution wrapped around. I like the little detail, another Hydra logo there. Then we have Cap's left arm. This is going to be cocked back, ready to punch. Look at the muscle detail underneath this costume. You can see that off-white type of look, and then you have the red gloves with a slight leather texture. The right hand is holding the shield. You have the brown leather straps all sculpted together, and then boom, beautiful weathered shield, but it still has a shine you can see around it. And again, those ricochet key notches that will show during assembly. Let's go ahead and get those ricochet pieces out right now. So they're like little candy corn pieces. Some of the bigger pieces seem to have a slight translucency towards the tip. I like them. I've always kind of liked this idea, and I'll talk about it more during the review, but we have the small little pieces that are color coded, and then we have Cap's body himself. The muscle detail, huge up top. He's got the scales, like the shadowing, the light blue to dark blue. Going to the costume, of course, America's ass. The boots have those same details as the gloves. Actually, we'll flip it around here. We'll get a closer look at those textures and all the sculpted in folds to make these pirate-like boots look realistic, but still look badass. You can see the quads, the sculpted musculature is insane, and of course, the back with the huge star. Moving on to the portrait. So he's actually got like a battle-ready type of expression, almost like a pitcher on the mound. Which I kind of like, and it looks a lot better while it's on the body. But you have the baby blues, you have the stubble, 5 o'clock shadow, you have the wings on the helmet there, sculpted thick neck, ears poking out. Steve Rogers, baby. All right, so the base is on the table. Let's put those little ricochet pieces into the base. Then we'll get Cap keyed in. He's got that big key and peg on his right leg. Let's get that left arm keyed in. These are all magnetized. And of course, the right arm with the shield. And then, boom, the ricochet parts on the shield. Love this angle in this shot. The shield looks amazing. And onto Cap, so we'll get that portrait in there. And like I said, with that expression behind the shield, it makes a lot more sense. Before we get into the review, I want to thank today's sponsor, Comic Tom 101. Comic Tom is in open enrollment for the June mystery mail call. Not only will you get 4 to 6 comics at random for the 18 and older mature reader, but you're also going to get one kids exclusive, an homage cover done by Nate Made It, plus 2 variants going out at random. But also, it's going to include the new Fantastic Four #1 exclusive Comic Tom variant of Kang the Conqueror by Alex Maleev. Make sure to secure a box for that June mystery mail call. It's $35 plus $10 shipping for US only. But don't worry, any international peoples can follow Comic Tom over on Whatnot, and you can pick up a box via the Buy It Now. Big thanks again to Comic Tom for sponsoring the video. He's been doing the mystery mail call going on 4 years now. Exclusive covers with Marvel and all the other big publishers. Big shout out to Tom. Now let's jump into this statue. What more could you expect from Martin Canali on the sculpt, along with Richard Long and the Chutrek brothers with the design? I saw this at Sideshow Con in person, I think it was last year. And when I first walk in, you're kind of like in a back area, if that makes sense. And there's statues that are in the back, ready to be put out on the floor. And I saw the piece like this from behind. I don't even think it had the shield or the arm on. and I was like, what the hell is that? It was like this big, beefy Captain America. The last Captain America we had was Daniel Bell sculpt, if I recall, from Sideshow, and it was more of a leaner look. He was more upward, and this piece, when I saw it in person, and by the way, I liked the Daniel Bell piece, I did own it, but this one, he just felt larger than life, lunging forward, and you can see how outstretched he is. So with that being said, let's get the dimensions on this guy. So that left fist seems to be his tallest point, 21 inches tall, no big deal. So the base itself, like its deepest point, is about 15 inches, and then its width is about 11 inches. But if you're talking about depth as a total, it's about 21.5 inches from back to front. Now what impressed me was his height. He's about 20.5 inches diagonal, which I thought was really impressive. Coming in at a pretty low price point these days, $615. I mentioned the edition size and the fact that this is it, no exclusive. There's 3,500, which is a high number, but you know, sometimes with other pieces, you got to combine numbers to get that total ES. We saw the base up close. We can see the destroyed rubble and Hydra weaponry. I think that looks really cool. His key is convenient. There is a little bit of a seam, but it's this rectangular piece of concrete that just notches into this base here. I do like the ricochets on the base, and then moving up to Cap, let's just talk about the ricochets because I feel like that's the only complaint that I've ever heard about this piece. But the ricochet has people questioning. Personally, I thought it was a nice little touch, a little bit of flair to throw off the red, white, and blue, and then the rubble type of base. It gives you that little bit of pop, and I think it looks realistic. He's lunging and charging in. He's being shot at. He's blocking them with the shield. Some are hitting the ground, and he's in action. I've especially been looking forward to this guy because I do have Martin Canali's Taskmaster. I did do a quick little photo shoot with the two of them, but they look like they'll display better either both facing the same direction or a little bit further apart because Taskmaster has such a far reach. They do have a Black Widow premium format to come out and companion with Cap, which by herself I don't really love, but I'll probably pick her up to companion with the three and have this nice little burst of action display. And the fact that she'll probably cost what some of these bigger statues shipping costs, so I'm sure it'll be, or it already is, I have to check, in the $500 to $600 range. But with this piece, I think it's as impressive as it was when I first saw it in person, seeing it in hand up close, seeing how large and how much presence that Cap actually has. I think the paint jobs here are subtle. They're a little bit muddy and muted on purpose. They're not overly bright, but he still has a comic vibe. This doesn't feel like an MCU Cap. It doesn't feel like it's Chris Evans. It definitely feels like the comic Steve Rogers, and I think they nailed it on this. I really am digging this piece. But let me know what you think about Cap in the comments down below. Make sure to check out ComicTown101.com to sign up for that mystery mail call. And y'all stay minty fresh. Peace.